It begins in silence, not with fire, not with thunder, not with a roar of earthquakes or a scream of volcanoes, but with stillness. Because Earth's core, the molten engine buried 3,000 kilometers beneath our feet, has suddenly stopped. The swirling sea of liquid iron that has churned for billions of years, driving our magnetic field, fueling volcanic heat, and keeping the planet alive, has cooled, solidified, frozen. The heart of the Earth is dead. And without its heartbeat, the world above will unravel. The core that protects us, deep beneath the crust and mantle, lies a colossal engine. The outer core, a swirling ocean of molten iron and nickel, spins and churns, generating electricity through convection. This dynamo effect produces Earth's magnetic field, an invisible shield that stretches tens of thousands of kilometers into space, deflecting solar wind and cosmic radiation. It is because of this magnetic shield that our atmosphere has survived for billions of years, that oceans still exist, that life ever had a chance to evolve. But if the core cools suddenly, this engine grinds to a halt. No convection, no dynamo, no magnetic field. Earth is left naked before the sun. The first days. At first, you wouldn't notice much. The ground wouldn't split apart. Volcanoes wouldn't all erupt at once. But satellites would detect something shocking. The magnetic field collapsing. Compasses spin aimlessly. Navigation systems fail. GPS signals falter. And then, the sky begins to change. Without the shield, the solar wind slams into Earth's atmosphere, stripping away molecules one by one. It's the same fate that turned Mars from a blue world into a frozen desert. Auroras, once reserved for polar skies, ignite across the globe, neon curtains of green and red, beautiful and terrible, signaling the end of protection. But these lights are not harmless. They are evidence of radiation raining down, unfiltered, onto every living thing. Radiation rains. Within weeks, the sun's ultraviolet and X-ray radiation begins tearing apart the ozone layer. Our shield against deadly UV vanishes. Suddenly, a walk outside becomes a death sentence. Sunlight burns not just your skin, but your DNA. Crops wither in open fields. Leaves shrivel. Entire forests begin to yellow and die, unable to withstand the radiation. In the oceans, phytoplankton, the microscopic plants that produce more than half of Earth's oxygen, die off en masse. As they vanish, the oxygen in our atmosphere begins to decline. The very air we breathe grows thinner, harsher, toxic in slow motion. The geology shifts, but radiation is only the beginning. The molten core doesn't just power the magnetic field, it also provides heat from below, driving the movement of tectonic plates. This movement fuels earthquakes, volcanoes, mountain building. When the core cools, convection in the mantle slows and then stops. Tectonic plates, once gliding atop semi-molten rock, grind to a halt. The Earth goes geologically still. At first, that sounds peaceful. No earthquakes, no eruptions. But this stillness is deadly. Volcanism replenishes the atmosphere with carbon dioxide, maintaining a balance in Earth's greenhouse effect. Without it, CO2 levels plummet. Over millennia, the planet begins to cool drastically. Glaciers spread, oceans freeze. Earth enters a permanent ice age, colder and more lifeless than anything in its history. The collapse of civilization. Humans are adaptable. We survive deserts, tundras, space itself. But the collapse of the core breaks civilization in ways no war, no famine, no climate crisis ever could. Within months, electronics fail as radiation storms fry satellites and power grids. Global communication collapses. Radiation exposure skyrockets, causing cancers, mutations, and death rates unseen in history. Governments scramble to build underground cities, shielded bunkers, and magnetic domes powered by artificial generators. But these defenses can only cover small regions. Billions are left exposed. Within years, agriculture collapses, with crops scorched and oxygen levels dropping. Food becomes scarce. Ecosystems unravel. Ocean life collapses first, then forests, then grasslands. Wars erupt over resources, not for oil or gold, but for safe air, clean food, and underground shelter. Within centuries, Earth cools into a frozen wasteland. The atmosphere, stripped away by solar wind, grows thin. The oceans, exposed to vacuum-like conditions, slowly evaporate into space. The blue planet becomes pale, cold, lifeless, a second Mars. Could we survive? There is a chance, slim but real. Humanity could attempt to build artificial magnetic fields, massive superconducting rings in orbit to shield Earth. This would require technology on a scale never seen before, a global engineering project more ambitious than anything in history. We might survive in underground cities, shielded from radiation, powered by geothermal energy left in the crust. Hydroponic farms could grow food. Artificial oxygen generators could keep the air breathable. But such a world would be claustrophobic, desperate, and fragile. fragile. A single failure could mean extinction. And there is one haunting truth: we cannot restart the core. Once frozen, once still, it cannot be rekindled. Earth's heart would remain dead forever. The final image. So what if Earth's core suddenly cooled down? The world we know, the forests, the oceans, the skies, the very air would unravel in months. Radiation would burn away our shield, stripping the atmosphere and sterilizing the surface. Civilizations would crumble into underground survivors, clinging to artificial worlds while the planet above turns into ice. And eventually, Earth would be nothing more than a frozen relic orbiting the sun, its heart long cold, its shield long gone. A silent tomb of what once was the only known home for life in the universe. Because when the heart of a planet stops beating, the planet dies.